There's nothing sexier than when a man has to pull out, rip his condom off, and just furiously masturbate in order to finish. Just kidding. It's not sexy. It kind of sucks. And I don't want that to be something you have to put up with. It's not fun for anyone. It's not fun for her. It's not fun for you. It breaks down the connection and the fun of sex. And so today I am going to teach you how to come with a condom on. Except for it's more like... And you're gonna watch to the end because I'm gonna give you a tip that's actually dangerous for your health. And if you don't understand exactly how to do it, you are gonna, you could hurt yourself. So you're gonna wanna watch all the way to the end to make sure that you do not hurt yourself, okay? Because that is not fun. That's you know what the least sexy thing is? When you hurt yourself during sex, okay? Not fun. But why would you even want to ejaculate inside of the condom? Well, it's sort of a romantic end to sex. As I alluded to before, if you interrupt, like right before you're gonna reach orgasm and you have to disrupt the moment, break eye contact, take a condom off, it's an interruption. It ruins sort of the like romantic end of two people having sex, remaining really connected, maybe even having orgasms at the same time. Not possible if you're not able to finish inside of the condom. And for a lot of people, condoms are non-negotiable, whether that's because you want protection from sexually transmitted infections or you're trying to prevent pregnancy. And if that's the case, you really want a secondary method of birth control because condoms do fail. They do break. They can slip off inside of her after you've ejaculated in them and put her at risk of getting pregnant as well. Also, it grounds the orgasm. You know, after you have an orgasm, there's a period of time immediately following the orgasm where it feels really good to stay connected, to have some stillness, to sort of like let that energy flow. And if you're inside of her during that part, it can be really awesome. It can feel really good for her. Also, you orgasming inside of her might be hot for her. It might be a little taboo. It might get her off. She might even have an orgasm knowing that you are orgasming, which is great and also not possible if you have to pull out. So that's why, but how? All right, it starts with masturbation. Number one, masturbate using a lot of lube and a loose grip. For many men, they masturbate with a lot of friction, a dry hand, and a tight grip. Well, of course, this sets you up so that when there's less sensation, you're not going to be able to reach orgasm. So you have to begin by creating less sensation during your masturbation. Step two is to masturbate with a condom on. That way your body can adjust to the sensation of having a condom and reaching orgasm while there's this rubbery thing also on top of your penis. And then finally, while you're masturbating with a condom, right as you're about to ejaculate, visualize. Take your mind off of whatever you were thinking about or you're watching porn or whatever. Close your eyes and visualize yourself with your partner wearing the condom inside of her and reaching orgasm. Visualization is so important because it allows us to practice before we actually get in the scenario. That way, it's not just like your brain and your body know how to ejaculate inside of a condom, but you've also given your brain a sort of dress rehearsal. So it feels like it's already done it before, even though it may never have happened before. Step two, during sex. Number one, put lube on the inside of the condom. Not a lot of people use this tip, which is a shame. If you throw a little bit of extra lube, not a ton, not enough that it's gonna fall off, but a little like squirt of lube inside of the condom, you'll actually feel way more sensations because it transfers heat, friction, and movement a lot better, liquid to liquid, rather dry thing on top of a latex thing. That's not a great formula for a lot of sensation to come through, but when you add a layer of liquid, you'll feel a lot more. After that, be sure to focus on your sensations from the very beginning. We've got to get out of our head and into our body and really feel what's happening. One of the ways you can do that is by focusing on your five senses. What does sex look like, smell like, sound like, feel like, and taste like? If you focus on your five senses, you will remain in your body during sex. And then finally, focus on what's arousing. So many people shoot themselves in the foot by thinking about what they're worried is going to happen or what they're worried is not going to happen. Instead, focus on the things that make sex with this partner super hot, the things that you can get into, and worry less about your ability to orgasm. You will be surprised how easy it is sometimes when you take the pressure off of yourself to ejaculate. Suddenly your body can relax enough to get into the sensations and actually ejaculate. I know, a little counterintuitive, but what can I say? Sex is complicated, doesn't always make sense. Okay, before I give you the dangerous tips, since you stayed this long, show your girl some love and give me a like or a subscribe if you're not already subscribed, because you're gonna want more information to follow up on this exciting information that you are about to receive. Okay, drum roll. Here is the third and perhaps the best way to guarantee that you'll be able to come inside of the condom, inside of the person that you're having sex with, and that is to not ejaculate except for when you are having sex with that person. Why this works? Well, if you're not ejaculating outside of when you're having sex, your body, your horniness, your desire to have sex will be building up and building and building and building. And then when you go to have sex with that person, you are more likely to be able to reach orgasm because you haven't been reaching orgasm during porn, during masturbation, and during solo sex. There's one more thing that you can do in addition to this. So on the day that you are going to have sex or the day before, what you do is a little system I like to call revving your engine. What you do is you masturbate, but not to the point of ejaculating. Now, don't get yourself so close to the edge that you give yourself discomfort, or commonly known as blue balls, but you do want to get yourself close to the point of ejaculating and then lay back and don't actually ejaculate. The reason that this works is there's a little bulb at the bottom of the urethra that fills with ejaculate, the fluid that actually gets shot out of your body. And during sex, during sexual stimulation or during masturbation, fluid starts to pool in this bulb. And after a while, it's full enough that it sends a message up to your brain that says, hey, we're full, time to ejaculate, release. Guns fully locked and loaded, fire at will. When you masturbate before you intend to ejaculate, you're filling up that bulb. That way, when you go to have sex with your partner, the bulb is already at critical mass. It's going to be more ready to reach orgasm than it would have been if you were starting totally clear, totally empty, or having masturbated recently. Now, what exactly makes this tip dangerous? Well, two things. Number one, if you've ever suffered from premature ejaculation, you might already get the sense that this is not setting you up for a lot of stamina and a lot of control. So if you have PE, I wouldn't use this at all. This tip is really for men that have delayed ejaculation or problems reaching orgasm with or without a condom. The other reason, and the more important reason that this is dangerous, is because your body needs to ejaculate and clear out those fluids every few days for the ongoing health of your prostate. Now, there's no exact science, and in case it's not obvious, I'm not a doctor, but in order for your prostate to maintain optimal health, you do need to be clearing out fluids on a regular basis. So this is not a great long-term solution, and I certainly wouldn't recommend that you do this every single time that you have sex, but until your body knows beyond a shadow of a doubt that you're able to ejaculate with a condom, this is a great way to train it and get it into a rhythm where it's actually able to ejaculate every time with a condom. Because you can totally do it. It's just a matter of practicing and setting yourself up for success. So to recap, number one, change the way you masturbate. Use a condom. Number two, when you're having sex, use lots of lube and focus on your sensations. And number three, perhaps choose not to ejaculate unless you are having sex, and practice revving your engines so that you are ready to go. Bum, bum. If you liked this advice, there's more where that came from. Like and subscribe, and check out my course in the description, She Comes Too, which is all about becoming an amazing lover to women. Bada bing, bada boom. Gentlemen, start your engines. Vroom, vroom.